Wonder why the gate shut. Hey, I'm here for the home opener. I bought my ticket and
Haven't you heard the game's been postponed? It's raining.
What?
I know!
It's a beautiful day, don't you know? It's a beautiful day.
This is The Thread.
No game, are you kidding me? Hey, I can tell you one team that's always on their game, in season or out. That's the volleyball team at Greenville College.
Oh, I don't even know where to start. It was so wonderful.
I definitely got new experiences that I couldn't have taken or gotten anywhere else.
We were starting to go down this avenue of thinking about mission trips. The NCAA allows you to do that once every 3 years. So we decided to focus all our attention there, and there's no better person on the planet that has more connections in the Dominican Republic than the Estevez family.
For him to ask me, hey, let's do something in the DR, it was awesome. The Dominican Republic is a nice, beautiful island in the Caribbean. The people, just hardworking people. It's a poor country, considering, compared to the United States. When I lived there, there was a lot of missionaries that came over, but some of them came kind of like, hey, we're here to save you, kind of thing. I didn't want to do that. I wanted us to be part of, just mingle with their culture, be part of them, for us to learn from them and how they act with not much.
We were able to play a different team, so some were way younger than us, and we got crushed because they're so good.
We do service projects where we go to orphanage and we go to different places that they need churches, they need paint or whatever.
Going to the orphanage specifically was one of the best experiences because kids that we didn't even know, kids that had never met us, would just run and jump into our arms when we would enter the playground.
I think my expectation was that we were going to do some serious impact and that we were going to really contribute in that week. Completely incorrect on my part. I think the impact that the people that we met and just the experiences that we had a greater impact on us.
We love our culture, so culture is a huge word for us. And then obviously if we have culture and we have the faith aspect, we can do multiple things. So if we just honor God in everything that we do, we play a lot better.
God's word and God's abilities through his people, it's a universal language. It doesn't need words.
When I started off as a young coach, I think that I had it backwards, and I thought that if we win, we can establish this platform, and then people will listen to what we're doing from a faith perspective, and they'll come to us. And as we kind of turn that upside down and said, like, faith is going to be our number one priority, service, outreach is going to be our number one priority, number two is going to be excellence. The byproduct of that was the winning. I kind of had it backwards. In our first 4 weeks, we moved all our matches to play just Friday and Saturday, because in the first 4 weeks, every Monday, we're going to do some type of outreach or service because our girls just can't get enough of it. It brings them closer together. It helps them understand big picture stuff. And we're not just trying to build volleyball players here. We want to build, people who are going to increase the kingdom and people who are going to leave here as better humans, not just better volleyball players.
Is that awesome or what? What's happening at that university? Awesome. And those girls are getting an education and a lot more than just volleyball. And that team's passion is spreading like wildfire, even to their opponents. We'll have that story coming up in a bit. And it's really starting to come down. I gotta get out of this rain.
How you doing, Tim?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I just found out there's no ball game today.
Well, don't you watch Channel 2 News?
Yeah, I do. I guess I should know that. It sounds like we've got a whole nother day.
Got tomorrow.
Well, I tell you what, since we got some time, let's have a topic. What do you want to talk about? I got something. Hey, why are there no cheerleaders in baseball?
Strike one!
Don't look now, but trouble's lurking. He swings his bat, but it ain't working.
He can swing his bat with all his might, but it just won't work because his bat's on strike. Strike one.
Go back! Go back! Go back to the wall! Your team ain't got no chance if you don't catch that ball! Way to go! That was awesome! Way to go!
Strike two!
Should we serve iced tea with that thing?
Looks like my grandma's porch swing.
Nothing else that we can do.
Just chalk it up and strike two. Strike two!
Your mama taught you not to steal, but mama ain't making your next meal. Better run. Steal that thing, better run. Steal that thing and go, and go.
Slide, a little bit of dirt won't hurt your mama. Use this tide. Woo-hoo-hoo! You're once, twice, 3 times a lady.
As in you're late with that swing.
And I'll tell you. Now it's time to take a hike. This is now a sit-down strike. Sit down.
Go to the dugout.
In the dugout. Ready?
Okay. Say oops upside your head. 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 Hey y'all, the ball just went oops upside his head.
I got hit on the head, man. I found out the hard way. That's why there's no cheerleaders in baseball. It hurt.
Did you hurt the baseball?
Yeah, I probably hurt.
You probably hurt the baseball, right?
You're probably right. Hey, how long you been out here, Mike?
I come out Saturday in the morning at 7 o'clock and put my tent up in the rain.
Now you wait
I
till
got
tomorrow.
one more day, yeah.
You're good with that?
Yeah. If I could fight that ice and snow last year, this rain ain't gonna bother me at all.
Die-hard fan. Mike, I had tickets in the green seats right behind home plate.
Did somebody say home plate?
Whoa! What is that? That's a pizza.
Stadium home plate pizza down at the ballpark.
What? You kidding me? Look, I'm not in the green seats, but I'm in a green tent. I'm behind home plate. I got my food. This is awesome.
Best seat in the house.
And that reminds me of one of our supporters, M1 Bank. They're all about serving the community, and they're opening up a new location in DePere. And with their Powered by Purpose campaign, they're about to serve some sweet charities in a sweet way.
We just want to make a maximum investment into the community that says, an investment enough that says we're here for the long haul. Permanence. We had to have a mission, we had to share the mission, and we had to have purpose behind that mission.
You know, when we get down to board meetings and we're discussing things, I think it all kind of circles back to that original message, you know, the power of purpose.
To have that sense of pride, principles, and purpose and that mission, it's contagious.
So the Power of Purpose campaign is M1 Bank's vision of empowering local St. Louis charities to get a platform in the community and to be eligible to win a $10,000 check.
All we're going to do is narrow it down to the 5, and we'll let everybody else decide from there.
This is all about spreading the word and really getting the community engaged and involved and saying, I have a voice and this is who I'm voting for and this is why.
It all comes back to us walking out our faith and helping others walk out their faith and helping others have hope when they don't have hope, help others have purpose when they don't have purpose.
They're your neighbors. They're the people you interact with, the people you go to church with, the people that my kid plays t-ball with. And to be able to give back to a community is important.
We're not here just to give. We're here to build partnerships and relationships.
Banking is a relationship business. Many businesses are. But in banking, you're talking with people about something extremely personal, and that's their money.
I think that it basically centers everything we do as a bank. We're a relationship-driven bank, and so we want to, talk to people, get to know them, and really be able to help each individual.
I think if you look at it from the standpoint of it's more about other people than you, it makes M1 Bank very inviting to customers, other employees, really just across the board.
People will see our bank, but what we really want to spread is our mission and the heart behind it.
I love our friends at M1 Bank, and all those charities are getting great exposure just by being in this, but 2 of them are going to get blessed in an amazing way with those huge checks. That's awesome. I mean, hey, this is great too. Look, I'm across the street from Busch Stadium. We're dry. I'm with friends. We got pizza.
Hold up. You got some pizza in there? We got a hot grill.
What? Are you kidding me? Could it get any better?
Our first mission is bring glory to God. That's why we're here. We have a talent. It just happens to be banking.
So M1 Bank is banking on a mission fueled by the power of purpose.
It gets a point in your life where you got to live it every day, not just believe it.
I'm believing that this is going to catch on and we're all going to spread up.
For us in our house, this is how we're going to serve the Lord and His purpose. And we're going to do it through the financial institution that happens to be called M1 Bank.
Do you know
know of someone who is committed to changing lives in your community? Well, don't keep it a secret. Tell us about it. We're always looking for story ideas from all around the area, and you can help us find them. If you know of a neighbor or a good Samaritan devoting their time and talents to helping others, then go to our website and send us an email to sowhat@thethreadstl.com. You can also contact us on our Facebook page, and you just might see it on the thread because we love sharing the good news happening all around our town.
Hey, Threadheads, thanks for joining us this morning. Are you picking up on a theme here? We're like bringing joy, creating community, transforming lives. That's what this show is all about. We are so much stronger when we come together than we ever are when we separate and divide. We want to continue this mission. We want to help this city thread up and be the most it can be. So, you want to be a part of the team? You want to help us on that mission? Go to thethreadstl.com and learn how you can be a threadhead and help us thread up, y'all. It's hard to believe we're in season 3 of The Thread, considering that in the beginning, Virginia and I knew next to nothing about owning a show or running a nonprofit. Circle of Advisors Securus has been a part of the Thread Circle of Advisors since day one, walking alongside us as we walk out this new journey that God has called us to. And if they can help a couple of hot messes like me and Virginia, they can certainly help you too.
Tim, we've been proud to walk alongside of The Thread, and we'd be honored to walk alongside of you too.
Uh-oh, here we go. Stadium, here we go. Stadium, baby. On the grill.
Yep, hey, well, that's cooking. Ever tell you about my glory days on the ball field?
No, I'm ready though.
Yeah, man. Back in the day, I played T-ball.
You used to come
and
right.
Man, I gotta tell you, I was beast mode. Game 2, you could swing at that thing. Ball didn't go anywhere, but the tee went past the third base. Yeah, man. Something else. Is this community or what?
This is it, brother.
This is it. I'll tell you what, I got another friend who's all about community too, and he's doing amazing things for our community and others. His name's David Steward. If I ask you the question, I've succeeded in business because?
Because I believe. I have faith. Faith without corresponding actions is dead. So walking in faith is what you have to do. You have to have the courage to do that and want to do that.
But what is doing business by the good book? What does it look like?
Hearing the Word of God is something, and seeing the Word of God is something important to me, and then realizing the Word of God in your life. Those principles work for me. Reaping and sowing works as well. There's no bigger giver than our Lord. It talks about that in John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave. So what makes us any different than that? And there's just a joy in giving. All those principles come alive in me, and there's just a excitement that I get about seeing people's lives change as a result of sowing seed into their lives. I believe these principles come alive in a business. It's culturally enriching, creates an environment of giving and caring for one another. It involves a putting other people first opposed to yourself. And when you begin to put other people first, they are much more open to doing everything they possibly can to accommodate you. Then it permeates out from that with the relationships you have with your business partners or partners that you may have that you're working with. It's not even what I say, it's also by my actions. So I have to be the greatest example of giving and caring and of service in this organization, to be the example that I want to see. We consider one of the best places to work. Every one of them come here and they stay because of that culture, because of that environment. So it's not only attracting the right people, it's retaining the right people. We're looking for eternal return on investment.
And the only investment in this world that has eternal significance is people.
That's right. That's right.
Years ago when you wrote the book, what prompted you to write it? What made you say, I gotta get this out there?
I think the struggles and the challenges and so forth that in business, and the only thing that really worked was God's way of doing things. Because there were situations that we've gone through and challenges that we've faced and dilemmas that we've been in, and God stepped in at the right place, at the right time, with the right opportunity, with the right people, with the right encouragement. And as a result of that, years later, I decided to write this book, Doing Business by the Good Book, because I wanted to share those stories with with in ministry to other business people and to the next generation. I have people constantly sending me notices from all over the country, all over the world, just saying how it's blessed them, how it's been a ministry for them, how it encouraged them, how it's guided them, how it's helped them, how it's counseled them, how it's, advised them in ways they would not have gotten. This is lukewarm, but it did lead them to the true word of God so they can receive it. It has led people to the word in a way that allowed them to be able to get the gospel for themselves, which I'm really excited about.
Hey, while that pizza's still cooking, I've got some questions and a warm tent. You know what that means? It's time for the hot seat! Brought to you by Art Van Furniture. Yeah! We got Patrick Newman in the hot seat, ready to go! And all his Busch Stadium buddies here to help him out. You ready to go, Patrick?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 5 questions. Clock will start when I ask the first question. We'll put 30 seconds on the clock. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. The theme is opening or not opening today. All right, ready? All right, number 1, banks.
Open.
Yeah! Umbrellas.
Open.
Oh, yeah. Your neighborhood steak and shake.
Open.
Or maybe there's a few, or not. What's going on there? I just want to know. How about our mouths when that pizza's ready?
Open.
Opening. Yeah. And Busch Stadium.
Oh, closed.
Yeah. Not opening today. Wish I'd have known that.
It's partially open.
I'll tell you what.
Just no fans.
But guess what is open? The community tent here is open, am I right? And Patrick just conquered the hot seat, brought to you by Art Van Furniture. Yeah. Hey, Threadheads, you no doubt know Don Brown.
Don Brown Chevrolet. Don Brown Chevrolet. Don Brown Chevrolet.
And you probably know that Don has a flair for fashion and a knack for cars, but he also has a heart for people.
I learned from my father a long time ago, it's not about one person, it's about the entire community. It is a car business, but it's a people business. It's about the people. It's not about the products, it's about the people.
If you're in the market for a car, come to Don Brown, where it's people over process.
And we're proud to be part of the Thread family, and we'd love to be part of your family.
Imagine, if you will, a dark, stormy night. Through the pouring rain and lightning, you see a stream of water running through your yard that wasn't there before. You fear it will creep higher and higher, eventually invading your home. And you don't have flood insurance. You're about to enter a new dimension. You've crossed over into the flood zone. The truth is, we all live in a flood zone. And overland flooding can destroy your property with just the smallest amount of water, costing you thousands of dollars. Your only protection? Flood insurance. The Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District wants you to know your zone. Be prepared and know the hazards of spring flooding. Go to knowyourzone.org to learn more. Or your next stop could be the flood zone.
What? Our time's almost up together already? You mean I gotta wait till next Saturday? That's way too long. We gotta catch up during the week. I got a great idea. Hey, why don't you follow us on social media? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got content that doesn't actually fit on our 30-minute show, right? And we're adding new messages all the time. So follow us, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's our way to keep up with you throughout the week. And we can thread up all week long. Follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. See you soon. That's good pizza, Justin.
Thank you.
Am I right?
Stadium.
Woo! Hey, look, I had the day off today. I came for baseball, so who's up for some baseball? Yeah! Here we go, boys, just like the T-ball days.
Ooh.
Oh! Take your base! Take your base! Worked in T-ball. Oh, come on!
Heater.
That reminds me. Hey, remember that story we talked about earlier with Greenville College and what that volleyball team's up to? Well, they've teamed up with their rival school to do some major good in another country.
Principia has always been a fierce competitor of ours. We go back and forth on who's winning matches, but we have always had an excellent relationship.
Greenville was in the tournament.
And they had fallen way behind, but I watched the soul of the women kick in, and they just never gave up. And I watched what happened on their court as they came back to win this very important match. When they bond together, when they're paying attention to where needs are, when they're over the Dominican and they're willing to step in and serve, that has to deepen those roots. So when they hit adversity on the court, they know what to do with it. And that was when I got really serious and we made our plans.
Well, when she called me and said, hey, tell us about what you're doing with your overseas trips, I just said, you have to talk to Coach Estevez because he's the man and he'll put it together like nothing you've seen.
When T told me that we're going, hey, Principia wants to do the same trip and then she wants to talk to you, Marianne wants to talk to you, and I said, yeah, that's wonderful. I didn't even think twice.
And when Yvonne said, I'll put this together for you, I was just blown away.
I wanted them to experience what we experience, just the beauty of people.
I just felt like their gratitude for being in this situation to bless others and to be there as a group was phenomenal. It was just such an unbreakable bond between everybody, those of us who were trying to give and those that were the ones, as Tom mentioned, that were teaching us all of the lessons.
Sometimes there's a language barrier. Sometimes I remembered the 4 years of Spanish high school that I had, but yeah, it was just like you could feel the love from everybody that we were interacting with, and it was just overwhelming.
I just can't say enough about the great job that the volleyball program, Greenville and now Print, have done in the Dominican. It just choked me up a little bit just because I know
we are all very competitive, of course, but to see, to see that same soulful persona come through as to what really matters.
That's why I'm just hoping that we can keep doing this because it's making a huge difference in people over there.
I love that story. I mean, I love seeing these two schools coming together, rivals on the court, but co-laborers in the kingdom. Moving to the needs of people, setting aside a time to go and serve people. And the relationship is built between them and amongst their teammates, amazing. Dave Steward, taking time to put down what he's learned in that book so he can share it with others, what he's learned from God's word. In one bank, they said, hey, we're not gonna do this whole banking thing just to do banking. It's not gonna be transactional, it's gonna be relational. We're not gonna do this unless we can get into the lives of people and move to the needs of people. You know, in our culture, we hold up busyness as a badge of honor, something to be proud of. Man, we've missed it. And the blessing's not in the busyness, it's in the people we're blowing by to stay busy. We gotta move to those people around us, spend time, take time. This whole show wouldn't have happened if our plans hadn't been messed up. It was supposed to be opening day, and at Fox 2, we had everything scheduled to do opening day on Thursday, but then came the rain and everything changed. And I needed a story in the morning, which brought us to Justin, Home Plate Pizza. Would have never happened if it hadn't been for the rain. And we spent time with him and I said, hey man, this gives me an idea. We'll shoot the show out there with the folks that are camped out for the tickets. And I said, are you busy? And he said, no, I'll come on out. And we ended up spending the afternoon making new friends, spending time with people, and it would have never happened if the rain hadn't come, if God hadn't interrupted our plans. You know, Proverbs says, man in his heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his step. And in James chapter 4, he says, come now. You know, just like your grandmother would say, come now. You who say we're gonna go to such and such a town and we're gonna be there for a year, we'll make profit, and you don't even know what tomorrow's gonna bring. We have no idea. We can't just blow by the people in our lives. We're supposed to move to the needs of people around us, to spend time, to take part in relationship. Think about how Jesus did it. As he went along, he interacted with people. The woman at the well, he didn't rush by, he got to know her, invested in her. When Lazarus passed away, his dear friend, he didn't rush. He stayed two more days before he went because he knew what he was gonna do. He knew he was gonna go and he was gonna raise Lazarus from the dead as a sign to point to what he was ultimately gonna do for all of us on the cross. This is who I am, this is what I came to do. I came for people. And what did he say in John 13:34? A new commandment I give to you, as I have loved you, love one another. We're to love people the way he loved people. How did he love people? He went all the way to the cross for them and died for them so they'd have everlasting life with he and the Father. The blessing's not in the business, it's in people. Don't wait for a rain delay. Take time to take time. To be alone with the Father, to commune with him and commune with others, the ones you love. We don't get this time back and we never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Spend time with people. It's the only investment in this entire world with eternal significance. Well, that brings us to the end, but not the end. You know what I'm talking about.
What are you doing? What are you doing out here?
We're the cheerleaders.
You can't be out here. There's no cheerleaders in baseball.
No, we're the cheerleaders.
There's no cheerleaders in baseball. You gotta go.
What about that guy?
That's Redbird. He belongs here.
He doesn't even have pom-poms.
He can't cheer.
He can't talk.
Come on. You call that a cheer? He's a bird.
Spot Media Production Group.